This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, in the morning. Today's report examines the silent installation of a 4 GB AI model in Google Chrome, a multi-tenant authorization vulnerability discovered in a Department of Defense contractor, OpenAI's methods for low-latency voice AI at scale, and the potential security implications of the new DarkSword iOS malware. We also track the development of the Anonymous Credentials for Trustless Agents protocol and research on agent-driven hardware optimization. A significant privacy controversy has emerged following reports that Google Chrome is silently downloading a 4 GB AI model onto user devices without explicit consent. Users discovered the large package residing within their local application data, raising alarms regarding bandwidth usage, storage constraints, and the transparency of feature deployment. Critics point out that this nano installation occurs in the background, circumventing standard user permission models for software updates. This development highlights the tension between the push for on-device AI capabilities and the expectations for browser transparency. The community is actively investigating what specific components this model governs and whether users can opt out without compromising core functionality. A security firm known as Strix has disclosed a critical multi-tenant authorization vulnerability in an unnamed startup backed by the Department of Defense. The flaw allowed unauthorized parties to traverse data boundaries, potentially exposing sensitive government-related project files. This incident serves as an under-the-radar development that illustrates the systemic risks in the defense industrial base. As startups integrate into federal supply chains, the speed of development often outpaces the rigor of their identity and access management controls. Strix researchers emphasized that this was a zero authentication exploit, meaning no credentials were required to manipulate the tenant context. OpenAI has published technical details regarding its infrastructure for delivering low-latency voice AI at scale. The company employs a specialized streaming architecture that minimizes round-trip time, a crucial requirement for fluid conversational interaction. By bypassing traditional request-response bottlenecks, the system maintains a continuous data stream, allowing for real-time inference during human speech pauses. This engineering effort underscores the shift toward high-fidelity, synchronous AI interfaces that function more like natural extensions of human interaction, rather than discrete query engines. Google Threat Intelligence Group has identified a new iOS full-chain exploit chain believed to be called DarkSword. This sophisticated malware leverages multiple zero-day vulnerabilities to achieve a complete compromise of Apple devices. Analysis of the recovered payloads suggests government-level development. The malware has been active since at least November 2025. It targets the core operating system, effectively granting the attacker persistent control. This discovery signals a new phase of high-end mobile exploitation as adversaries move toward integrated multi-stage chains that bypass modern Apple security hardware mitigations. This is a signal from the future. A new research paper titled Anonymous Credentials for Trustless Agents, or ACTA, proposes a vital privacy layer for the on-chain agent economy. Current standards, specifically ERC 8404, create permanent public interaction graphs where every reputation signal and delegation is immutably recorded on-chain. ACTA aims to decouple these identities by using zero-knowledge proofs, allowing agents to verify their capabilities or credentials without revealing their entire history. This is essential for the future of agentic finance, where autonomous systems need to interact with untrusted environments while maintaining operational privacy. In frontier research, a new pipeline termed Agent Factory has demonstrated that general-purpose coding agents can autonomously optimize hardware designs. By decomposing high-level algorithmic specifications into subtasks, these agents coordinate to refine hardware layouts without human guidance. This project is a precursor to a closed-loop engineering future, where AI agents design, simulate, and iterate on their own hardware substrate. The findings suggest that the limit of agentic influence is rapidly moving from pure software to the physical design of compute itself. Community sentiment is dominated by anxiety regarding silent AI deployments and the intensifying threat landscape for mobile devices. First, the Google Chrome 4 GB model drop has reignited calls for local-first transparency in browser software management. Second, the security community is closely monitoring the DarkSword malware, noting that Apple's current lockdown mode remains the only viable defensive posture against such full-chain exploits. Third, the community is observing a tech churn fatigue as developers grow weary of the constant turnover in agentic tools and frameworks. Finally, emerging tools and discussions on decentralized identity, such as the ACTA protocol, are receiving increased attention as the only long-term solution to the privacy versus reputation paradox in agentic systems. We advise all security teams to audit their local application data paths for unexpected large model files, as background installations are becoming an increasing part of the vendor-pushed AI ecosystem.